listen, you want to know what each zodiac sign secretly struggles with? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. You ready? Let go. Up first, Scorpio. Okay, out the gate, we know that Scorpios, they may be scary, but one thing they struggle with is vulnerability and trusting folks. Because in order to trust somebody, you gotta be vulnerable. And Scorpio, they don't got time for that. And they're very passionate people, but they also suspicious. Because when it comes to a Scorpio, they don't trust nothing that isn't a houseplant. Libra. Libra is a sign that struggles with overthinking decisions. A Libra will not move forward until they're 100% sure. Libras need time to process things. That's why oftentimes they're constantly weighing the pros and cons of everything. The thing is with a Libra, they won't balance, but they're always in the most unbalanced situations. Leo. One thing that Leo struggles with is asking for help. Leo sometimes got pride that they won't put to the side. Trust me, it's not easy for them to ask for help without dying inside. Leo be drowning, baby. Be like, no, I got this. I got it. I can do it myself. Leo's the kind of sign that's not going to ever let you see them sweat. Why? Why? Who are you? Virgo. One thing that every Virgo struggles with is overthinking. Virgos can see things and notice patterns that other people don't see. So that's why they constantly overthink it. Virgo has a mind that they don't shut off. They won't stop and they can't stop. Virgos are very smart and they have a solution for everything. But until that solution is provided, that bitch gonna overthink. Pisces. One thing that Pisces tend to struggle with is emotional boundaries. And the thing is with a Pisces, it's not their fault because that bitch feel everything. Pisces are known to be intuitive and connected. And Pisces, they love really hard and they tend to take on the weight of other folks, which can sometimes lead to them getting their feelings hurt and their heart broken. Again. Gemini. One thing that Gemini tends to struggle with is finishing what they started. They love starting projects and stopping midway because they thought of something else to do. Baby, one thing a Gemini gonna do is procrastinate. A Gemini will clean half their room, get bored, then go start a business. You know, forget the business, start a podcast, and then be a DJ by 7 p.m. No, girl, it's my passion. A Gemini is a bitch that stays distracted with like 25 mental tabs open all at the same time. That's why that bitch don't finish nothing. Aquarius. One thing that Aquariuses tend to struggle with is expressing feelings clearly. Aquariuses are very smart people, so they tend to be very, very logical. They're not the type to let their feelings and emotions mess with their critical thinking. On the process of them explaining themselves, sometimes you may get your feelings hurt indirectly. And Aquarius can solve a global crisis, but sometimes they can't really express how they feel, especially when they care so deeply. Aquarius kind of person that may like you, but they don't act like they like you. Aries. Okay, one thing that Aries may struggle with is admitting that they're actually hurt. And Aries will act like they're invincible when clearly they are not. And they definitely struggle with saying that, yo, I'm not okay. Just to them, that vulnerability makes them feel very uncomfortable. Only if it's something that they think people will perceive as weak. Because we know the other side of Aries don't play that shit. Aries is the kind of sign that heals alone, like a wounded warrior. Taurus. One thing that Taurus struggles with is rejection. And that's why when it comes to dating, stability and consistency is their top priority. They're afraid of being hurt. So to avoid being hurt, you gotta be consistent. When a Taurus gets rejected, they don't just feel rejected. They feel like they misjudged everything. And they don't like misjudging things because they're always right. Sagittarius. One thing that Sagittarius struggles with is commitment. Sagittarius is definitely a sign that suffers with the fear of missing out. Oftentimes, they'll say yes to something then later regret it. You gotta understand that Sagittarius will ask for an opportunity, and when they get the opportunity, they're like, damn, now I feel stuck. And they definitely gonna unstuck and bounce. Sagittarius is definitely known to ghost a bitch. Cancer. Cancers can struggle with letting things go. You know, Cancers, they love deeply and they get attached. They'll nurture you, protect you, love you, then get mad that you didn't read their mind correctly. Oftentimes, Cancers want closure. So it's not uncommon for them to have some unresolved feelings. Cancers don't let things go quickly. They do it intentionally. Sometimes with this thing of letting things go is why Cancer sometimes stays in relationships longer than they should. Capricorn. Capricorns tend to struggle with the fear of failing. Of course, Capricorns are naturally pessimistic. So of course, instead of just focusing only on the positive, they're gonna see the negative stuff too. Capricorn falls into spirals of overthinking, isolation, self-criticism, and work mode. You gotta understand with a Capricorn, they don't feel valuable, they prove they're valuable. Capricorns are definitely go-getters and they definitely have something to prove. I just wanna be successful.